in the entire school, solidified by the fact that we have picked up our own internal mascot for whatever reason, just so happens to coincide with his name. Let me tell you how this name started. We came into this school and we picked it up, and back then it was PAX. Does anybody remember PAX being in this location? It's been here for years. They called us and they were like, "Hey, Rick Weems Martial Arts," and we were like, "Yeah, that's us." And he was like, "I'm PAX, Master Hammond," and we were like, "Cool, yeah, we've heard of you. You've been around 20 years. We've been around 20 years. Gotcha." And he goes, "I'm moving. I'm out." And we were like, "All right, cool. Can we take your spot? Y'all have a great location." And he was like, "Yeah, I guess. We were just going to tell our students about you." I was like, "We'll do better than that." Me and Mr. Kane at the time were like, "We'll come in and teach your students. Bet that'll convert a lot more of them." And he was like, "All right." So we came in, and I taught some classes, and blam! Greatest jump ever. We signed up like 60 kids. It was nuts. It was great turnover and all this. And I was teaching class, and there was a lot of pressure on me because I was young. I was like 17 at the time, 18. And there was a class in the back that had like, do you remember the day I'm talking about? There was like, the class was facing this way. There had to be 30 students. Half the floor was concrete at the time. We were not ready to be operating. And I was out here like 17-year-old punk kid teaching, right? And I'm calling the kids up to get on their spots, and there was like this juxtaposition between the kids who were already my students and the kids who were students under some other dude, but they didn't know me. And this guy, I was trying to like bridge the gap, and I knew his name started with a J, but I couldn't remember his name. So I was stuck. And I wanted to do something familiar. So I was like, "j-DAWG." And it was the first thing that came out, because I knew it started with a J, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "That's you, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I guess that's me." And I was like, "Cool, come on." And no one knew his first name ever after that. We just kept going with j-DAWG, and we never dropped it. And ever since then, he's become a black belt, watched all his friends walk away from a sport that he stayed loyal to. Not only that, it's been the longest running team captain of Team NOLA that we've ever had on the team. He's been with us since we picked up the license to teach XMA. He was at the first camp. He's been at all of them. He's was around when I invented the LIT class. He was in the first graduating group of the LIT class. He was around when I invented HIT, the high intensity training class, which is the first year class. He was around when I invented it. And then he was around when I invented the HIT Elite class. And every time I switched something, made something new, he's been a part of it. There is no, if you think your kid's involved, go ask Miss Castellan about her schedule at our school and compare notes. Longest running, most involved student, I would have to hands down say, not only is part of it, but leads it. Still comes to every day camp, still comes to Parents Night Outs. Has probably the longest running record of being the first t-shirt sold ever at our school. And the first Parents Night Out slot reserved. In fact, there was like a year span or something where he was always the first one on every Parents Night Out. I mean, ridiculous. This guy exemplifies what a black belt can be at our school, because it's not just about being a black belt to clock in for class and walk out. And that's what you are, man. You know, I have to say, at your age, you're probably the closest thing to me that I see in the school. And that's probably the highest compliment that I can pay anyone. So congratulations, third degree side of black belt, Jeremy Castle.